In this video, we're going to talk about how we can unhook from a person that we are obsessed with. If you're finding yourself focusing so heavily on a person, obsession, maybe even teetering on addiction, then I want you to know that there is a way out. Sometimes it feels impossible. I know for some of the women that I work with, they're like, you don't understand. And I get that. I was like that for so long. I talk to so many women that are hung up on a man, and they're hung up on a man so much that they're painfully not moving forward in their life. They don't actually understand that this is such a distraction. So many women find themselves in this position where they are just giving and giving, and they're obsessed and they feel attached and they're anxious, and they just feel like in some ways they can't stop. Now, I want to ask you a question. Are you obsessed with a guy? Are you obsessed with a man that you hardly even know? Do you feel like this man is showing up consistently and clearly, or are you more feeling like you're the one that's constantly confused? You're not exactly sure where you stand with this man? Have you ever said to anybody that your picker is broken? I would kind of joke around and say, I just don't know how to pick men. I'm a highly intelligent woman, very emotionally intelligent, but yet when it comes to this area of my life, love and relationships and picking men, like I am broken. When I finally unplugged the shame from that and the judgment from that, and I just looked at it as though like, maybe I'm just broken. I had this aha moment in the beginning of 2024 where I was like, I am broken. It's like I had gone around the merry-go-round of situationships and casual relationships, and I was done. And I prayed, and I've been on such a journey since then. What I know now, being on the other side of this, is that we're not meant as women to feel this way, ever. If this man is not clear, intentional, consistent, this is not meant for you in your life. What's meant for you in your life is going to feel like it lifts you up and it carries you. That's the work that I do with my clients, is to help them to completely break free and to realize that all of this is really just a journey to become beloved unto themselves. Maybe you might get that guy one day, but you definitely won't in the current position that you're in, where you are obsessing and feeling addicted and anxious and all that. You need to pull back and spend some time just becoming whole. I want to tell you a little story about when I was obsessed with someone. He's so dreamy and so cute. It was like something in him set me off, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't think. And the thing is, I didn't really know very much about this man, but yet I felt this strong for him. What I realized when I was spending time with him was that I was just in my head. I could not get a read on where he was at. He wasn't really seeming like he was that into me, but yet he was spending time with me. It was just so confusing. And eventually I just got to this place where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I ended up pulling away from the situation. It was really, really good because I started to focus on myself. Slowly but surely, as I started to heal and become whole, started to learn how to choose myself and validate myself and approve of myself, focus on my business and focus on getting myself financially stable and changing my career and launching this coaching practice, doing fun stuff in my life and going to the gym, doing things for myself that had nothing to do with him. I pulled my focus off of him and I put my focus on something completely different. He gets to do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't have to like me. I don't have to make him wrong at all. I don't have to change him. I shouldn't try to change him. And I just accepted things as they were. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go in an entirely different direction. This past year, 2024 is what I'm talking about. God has been pouring out all of that stuff that had me settling and chasing and the addiction, and then pouring new stuff back in. So my life actually looks pretty different today. I have a whole new career. I have new passions. I have new goals. I'm making more money than I've ever made, doing what I feel is my highest calling. Like I feel more in alignment than I've ever felt in my life. So what I want to say to you is, if you feel like you are just obsessed and you're anxious and you're hung up on some guy that's not really hung up on you, and you just feel like you can't unhook from this, there is a solution. What I do want to say in love, as your big sister fairy godmother coach person here, is that this is distracting you from more than you could possibly realize. You're not meant to go in this merry-go-round, not even one more day, one more week, one more year. How much more of your life are you going to give away toward this? Trust me when I tell you that you are meant for great things. You have such potential inside of you, and I know that you know this. You have gifts, you have talents, and you've probably even tried to embark on these paths, but for some reason you keep feeling like the insecurities or the lack of confidence or these relationships or situationships or obsessions or whatever keep happening. You can be in a totally different place in 1 year, like I am right now. I am unrecognizable to myself right now than where I was a year ago. But sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So you're not gonna be like super passionate about it. And you're not gonna be like, oh my God, if I only fucking knew what I'm missing out on, I'm not willing to deal with this one more day. That's the kind of anger that I wanna instill in you right now. It's like a righteous, holy anger, not an anger where we're gonna lash out at the guys because it's got nothing to do with them. This has got to do with us. God trying to restore us to sanity and restore us to wholeness. Forget about him. This is about you. This is about what God wants to do in you. And I wanna stir you up to make you realize this is not okay. You are meant for great fucking things. That's why you are on this earth. You are a miracle. I want to unhinge you from this and set you on the path that you're meant to go down. And it's probably going to be uncomfortable and unfamiliar. And it's not going to be anything that you've ever gone down before because it's a new path. But you got to trust me that like I know what I'm talking about because I have been in places that were not good and I couldn't unhinge myself. And I just want to get this information out there to help women to break the cycle, break the pattern, to become beloved to themselves, to be restored to wholeness, to get into their highest purpose, their highest giftings. Let me break it down to you. You are going to have to do something different, and you're probably going to have to unhook from this person, go no contact, not be around this person for a period of time, if not your whole life. I'm not sure. We don't have to be extreme here. We can just take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. You know what you need? You need healing to the core. You need real solutions that are long lasting and sustainable so you don't attract a new unavailable partner. That's what I did. One after the other, after the other, after the other. And I thought I was getting better, and in some ways I was, but I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of life and relationships. And it wasn't until I finally said, Uncle, I'm done. I removed myself from all romantic entanglements so that I could choose myself. And even though at first I was pissed, because I'm almost 50 and I'm like, really, am I really gonna go like a whole year being single and focusing on myself? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, do you understand how long a year is? I'm not getting any younger. I felt like it was unfair, but I was like, no, I need to take this time out for myself and go no contact and focus on myself and let God do a miraculous healing in me. I finally, for some reason, got to a point where I was just like, you know what do I got to lose? What am I going to do? Keep being obsessed about a guy or keep getting my heart broken? I'm the one that's doing this to myself and I can't fix it. Do you think I can actually fix something that I'm getting myself into? I have gone through the process of going no contact, how to go no contact, what no contact is, what makes us break no contact, what happens when we're withdrawing from our obsession, from the guy, from all romantic entanglements, what's on the other side of going no contact. I've put all of my experience into a no contact guide. I call it No Contact Mastery. It is a robust, powerful course that many women and actually men have been stepping into. Right now there's 17 modules, although I am constantly thinking of new ideas and new things that I can add in there. So you never know. It might be up to 18 by the time you get it. There's a meditation. There are so many thought-provoking questions for you to download and to really ask yourself some questions that you probably have never really asked yourself for. And there's like different questions that come from a different perspective. We're not here to manipulate or control or to be in lack mentality. We're here to vibe higher. We're here to get into the frequency of God. We're here to get into the frequency of wholeness. We're here to get into the frequency of freaking miracles. And that is what I put in this course. I put all my experience in going no contact, also my experience in helping other women go no contact, and what to freaking expect. Is it easy? No, but you know what? It's also not that hard because you're not doing it alone. Hopefully you're willing to welcome in a higher power because that's like the most powerful power in the entire world, in my opinion. And then what happens in a short amount of time, you are realizing that you are changing and something is shifting in a way that you never even knew that it could even shift. Or you could keep doing what you're doing. You could try by your own will and your own power, your own human power, which we are powerful, but I feel like my power kind of runs out sometimes and I need to lean on a higher power. You could keep trying to do the same thing or even other things and you just keep getting the same results, or you could do something completely different. All I know is that I struggled for decades and I'm not anymore. What are you going to do going into 2025? I would highly recommend, if you are relating to any of this, or if you're just sick and tired, or you're obsessed, or you just want something different and you don't know what to do, and you are willing to do something different, get my no contact guide. Right now, for a very limited time, I am giving it away for $1. Like someone who just went through the course, they said, this is invaluable. If something was going to change your life, would you pay $1 for it? Would you pay $100 for it? Would you pay $1,000 for it? If it was going to change your life and give you freedom and give you focus and give you purpose and give you a life, stop the obsession, stop the anxiety. There's something that happens when you're a woman and you step into your highest purpose. If you've been looking your whole life to feel worthy and loved and valuable and beautiful, well then you know what? Do this, because I'm telling you, you will feel like $1,000,000 and you will radiate and emanate from the inside when God restores you to sanity and to wholeness. So just take your eyes off this person, take your eyes off the problem, take your eyes off yourself, take your eyes off of beating yourself up or trying so hard, and put your eyes on God. All you need to do is make a decision that something's going to change. Just make a decision that you're willing to welcome in all the help. You make a decision to believe that everything might be easy from here on out. You make a decision that you're going to trust that things can be different and that you can enter into an experience that you never even thought could be possible. You make a decision, and then the rest of everything else just follows, because that's how loved you are by a higher power. That's been my experience, and you don't have to believe me. You can take everything that I just said, you can throw it in the trash, or you could listen to me as someone who actually cares and is walking her talk and really is telling you the truth, because this is a fucking miracle what has happened to me. So I can't help but to just share it. People are either going to want it or they're not. And I'll end on this. For a limited time, I am selling my no contact guide filled with so much for $1, and it could be yours right now at this very moment. You could just click and boom, all this stuff is just gonna land in your email and your inbox, and you can just start watching it right now and even get into that frequency. Getting into the frequency. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm not saying that I'm the one that holds the power. I'm not saying that at all. But you get into that frequency and something can already start to shift. Now, if you do want to go deeper, you can schedule a one-on-one session with me and we can tailor a personalized kind of coaching program for you, or we can just jump on one session. It's up to you. This is really like, what do you want? What do you want going into 2025? You want something different? Because that can happen. Because you know what? You're fucking amazing, powerful human being, and you can create your life. And I know that to be true because that's what is true for me. Oh my God. I needed some water after all that. I love you so much. Grab the guide and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.